Grief is a complex and deeply personal experience. It brings intense emotional pain and a profound sense of loss. Navigating through grief can be tough, affecting our emotional, physical, and psychological well-being. Understanding the stages of grief. The Kubler-Ross model outlines 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. However, these stages are not a one-size-fits-all solution. They don't always occur in a linear order. Research shows that people may not go through all these stages or even follow them one after another. They might revisit certain stages multiple times. Cultural differences significantly influence how individuals experience and express grief. Different cultures have unique rituals and practices to help navigate grief. Mental health professionals need to understand these cultural aspects to provide effective and empathetic support. The dual process model, DPM, explains that people switch between loss-oriented and restoration-oriented behaviors. Loss-oriented behaviors involve confronting the pain of loss, while restoration-oriented behaviors focus on adapting to life without the deceased. This balance allows for a more flexible and adaptive approach to processing grief. Psychological impact of grief and loss. Grief can trigger symptoms of depression and anxiety, lasting for months. These emotional responses show the deep connections we have with our lost loved ones. However, if grief becomes complicated, known as prolonged grief disorder, it can severely affect daily functioning. This type of grief involves intense longing and a preoccupation with the deceased, often hindering one's ability to move forward. Neuroimaging studies reveal that grief processing involves brain areas associated with pain, empathy, and memory. This shows how deeply embedded the experience of grief is within our cognitive and emotional systems. Children and adolescents process grief differently from adults. They often need specialized support. Their developmental stages affect how they comprehend and cope with loss, making age-appropriate interventions crucial. Effective therapeutic approaches for grief and loss. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT helps reframe negative thoughts linked to loss. By changing maladaptive thought patterns and behaviors, CBT provides a more adaptive and functional outlook on grief, improving emotional well-being. Grief counseling. It provides a safe space for individuals to express their emotions and process feelings about the loss. Grief counselors guide clients through the mourning process, helping them articulate their grief and work toward acceptance. Group therapy. This offers communal support from others who have experienced similar losses. Being part of a group reduces feelings of isolation and fosters a sense of belonging. Members share experiences, offer mutual support, and learn coping strategies. Mindfulness practices. Techniques like meditation and mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, reduce grief-related distress. These practices promote present-moment awareness, helping individuals manage intense emotions and enhance emotional regulation. Narrative therapy. This encourages individuals to reconstruct their life stories and find meaning after the loss. By retelling their stories to highlight strengths and resilience, narrative therapy offers a new perspective on the loss. Understanding grief's multifaceted nature is crucial in providing effective support. The Kubler-Ross model is useful but limited. The dual process model adds depth, showing the balance between confronting loss and adapting to life without the deceased. Grief's impact spans emotional, cognitive, and physical realms. Mental health professionals can employ various therapeutic approaches, from CBT and grief counseling to mindfulness practices and narrative therapy, to support the healing journey. If you, a friend or family member, are looking for therapy or counseling, visit www.athoughtfulchat.com to schedule a free 15-minute session.